I don't know why more people are not talking about this. 40% of the US population is obese, with that number only growing exponentially. Everybody is talking about making money from, a dropshipping store, I'm gonna trade stocks, or I'm gonna trade crypto, or I'm gonna do a side hustle. But what people truly don't realize is right now, we are sitting on a goldmine opportunity within the health and fitness space. Because as more and more people over time get unhealthy and overweight, there will just be more of a need for solutions to be created for these people. And the people who can sell this the most effectively to this market will make billions. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ashton Hunter. I am an online fitness coach and I scaled to $50,000 a month. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you about this massive opportunity that you can implement, start, and potentially capitalize on to make a lot of money. Okay, so before we jump into this video today, please make sure all your tabs are closed, your phone is put aside, put your phone on do not disturb, tell the people around you to be quiet, because this is going to be a video that could potentially change your life. I'm going to reveal some stuff that I've never actually revealed before on my YouTube channel about how you can capitalize on this wave and potentially start a business around this. Now, if you stick with me to the end of the video, at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving away something that I've never actually given away before. Okay, and this is going to be directly correlated to this new opportunity and new wave, and it's going to help you. If you skip to the end, you're not going to understand what kind of the giveaway is. So stick to the end, watch through with me, and let's jump into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to be referring to you guys right here as well as here on the presentation, and we're just going to dive right into it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how to capitalize on selling weight loss in today's market. There's a demand. Where is this demand? How do we know that there's a demand? And can we provide a supply so that we can win in this market? Okay. So, number one, first thing I always do is I always take a scope of the market. Okay. You need to understand what's happening in the market. Okay. So the biggest mistake everyone always makes, and this is just classic, biggest mistake is people think that what they're selling or even how they're selling something actually matters more than who they're selling it to. Okay. They're like, for example, let's say, what you're selling window cleaning. Okay. You can sell the best window cleaning and you can sell it in an amazing way where you have an awesome sales pitch. But at the end of the day, if the people who you're selling it to have been pitched 30 times the same day, it really doesn't matter when they come and hear your pitch. Okay. So at the end of the day, who you're selling to matters more than what or how you are selling. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at who we are kind of selling to and maybe a little bit about their psychology. Okay. So number one, 40% of the US population is obese. And mind you, this was reported in 2017. Okay. So 2017, it's a little bit ago. Okay. So at this point, I would even say it's maybe 50 or even 60%. Okay. This number is only increasing as food quality lessens, seed oils, industrial grade food, all that sort of stuff. Food becomes more and more addictive. Exercise becomes more and more obsolete, and people become more sedentary. Okay. People are working their 9 to 5s. What do you think they're doing all day? Do you think they're taking an hour break at lunch and going for a run? Fuck no. Okay. Doctors giving incoherent advice and prescribing pharmaceuticals. And what do you think this does? If a doctor says you're fat and overweight and you should jump on Ozempic, is Ozempic actually going to help you? Or is that just going to get you in their monthly recurring loophole? Okay. Other things that are just keeping people in the spiral. Okay. So what happens when I talk about this spiral is when most people get sick or overweight, what they do is they turn to big pharma or some base level subscription that never actually solves the root cause of the addiction. Okay. When you're sick, when you're overweight, you go to the doctor. Most normal average people will go to a doctor's checkup, and what will their doctor tell them to do? Oh, you got to do this. You got to take this. You got to take this. Okay. And what is that contributing to? The big pharma flywheel. Okay. For example, the diabetes market is a massive market. Insulin sales are in the billions per year. Okay. For example, one of the biggest surgeries in North America is the removal of the gallbladder, which is actually a fat reduction sort of surgery. Okay, a lot of obese people have to remove that portion of their stomach. Okay, one of the biggest surgeries instead of just people losing weight. Okay, and then also this is linked to cancer. Okay, so as you can kind of see here, all I'm trying to show you here is these people are misled. Okay, it's linked to cancer with even more expensive treatment. Okay, average cancer treatment is $150,000 US. $150,000. The cancer market is booming. Okay, and there is a reason for this. This is not just like, oh yeah, you know, someone has cancer, here's cancer medication. It doesn't work like that. There is a specific set cause and effect of getting people overweight, getting people to the doctor, getting people prescribed one thing, builds. Oh, now you have cancer. Okay? And if you look at the projections, cancer, all this sort of stuff is only going to be even more prevalent over the next couple of years, you know, with even more expensive treatment. Okay? So if these companies are making billions of dollars, the cancer market is $1 trillion market, okay? Making billions, a lot of these companies providing something that is not true, not the true solution to a large problem. Why can't we make a real solution? Okay? So I'm going to tell you why big pharma is pretty much one of the best business models of all time. Okay? It's because it crushes on the value scale. Okay? So what every business tries to do is every business, their objective is to create value. Okay? In one way or another. And the company that can create and capture, Peter Thiel talks about this, create and capture the most value is going to be the most profitable business. Okay? So if you look on an actual value scale, this is actually from Alex Hormozi. So this is the value equation. All in all, it's the dream outcome multiplied by the perceived likelihood of actually that person achieving that dream outcome divided by the time delay and the effort and sacrifice, which equals value. This value scale can be applied to anything outside of business, in business, etc. But for the sake of this, we're going to talk about big pharma. Okay? So somebody who is going and taking Ozempic, for example, the dream outcome is losing weight. Okay? The perceived likelihood of achievement, you're going to lose weight. It's pretty, you're good chance. The doctor's going to sell them. Okay? Time delay, you're going to have to wait a little bit. Effort and sacrifice, 0 effort and sacrifice. Okay? So let's look at this and compare this big pharma to, let's say, going to the gym or something else. Okay? So problem is someone is overweight and unhealthy. They're experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of turmoil. Their wife doesn't love them. They're going through, hardships in life. They can't go to the beach without feeling insecure, whatever. Okay? Solution 1, go to the gym 4 times a week. So this is solution 1 with a restrictive diet. What does that mean? High time delay. They're going to have to wait. They're going to have a level of delayed gratification. They're going to have to be able to work out 4 times a week for, let's say, 4 months before seeing any progress. Okay? High effort and sacrifice. Okay? They're going to have to put a ton of effort, put a ton of sacrifice. They're not going to be able to eat cookies. Okay? Or solution 2, they can take Ozempic. They can get gastric bypass surgery. Insulin if the doctor prescribes. Oh, you're pre-diabetic, you should start taking insulin. Okay? Low effort and sacrifice. Same time delay, higher likelihood of achievement, same outcome. So as you can see here on the value scale, if you compare solution 1 versus solution 2, it's very clear to see why big pharma is absolutely destroying other gyms, maybe supplement companies, maybe other providers of that same dream outcome of getting healthy, losing weight. Okay? So now I'm going to talk about how to actually compete and actually win in this very competitive, in this extremely competitive market. Okay? So most people who are pretty much experiencing obesity, number 1, they're in loads of pain. Let's just be honest. They're in loads of pain. Okay? So they've tried, so many things. They have back pain, low quality of life, no sex with their wife, limited attraction, etc. Okay? They don't know what they're specifically looking for, but they need something that will change their life. Okay? So the solution to this is creating a non-commoditized online process that can be sold high ticket with the promise or transformation of changing their lives. I'm going to actually break this down what this means. Okay. So the old way of doing this is offering a limited value service that solves, let's say, a fraction of the value of someone who's in this scenario of lots of pain. These people just hate their life. They're kind of, I don't want to say it, but a lot of them are in this market are experiencing a lot of the same problems. Maybe they're 30, 40 years old. They don't like the way they look. They've tried other things before. Maybe they've tried keto. None of it's worked. They've tried carnivore diet. Like when I say try, they've tried it. Okay. And they go back to their old ways. And again, they don't really know what they're looking for, but they need something that will change their life. Okay. So what you're doing, and this is the old way, this is what a lot of people will do, is they will offer a limited value service that solves, let's say, a fraction of the problem. Okay. So this person wants to change. Okay. Random person, I want to lose 40 pounds. Okay. What people will do in this case, let's say you're wanting to capitalize on this market, is they'll think, okay, problem, I'm just going to solve the solution by giving them a meal plan and a workout plan and maybe some supplements to take. Okay? And what this does is you're reaching a percentage. You're barely reaching the desired outcome. Barely. Okay? And what people will do, this is kind of, I'm going to go through the models, but people will just, as you can see, this is very prevalent in the online kind of space, is people will just sell a meal plan, sell a diet plan, sell a kind of a one-dimensional service to a solution to a problem that needs so many other factors in order for the person to see success. Okay? So the way people would sell this is through these pretty much two methods, which I'm going to run you through. So number one is in-person coaching. So this person is one-to-one, one-to-many, for the sake of this, in-person coaching. So this is called a done-for-you model, where they're kind of really in-person, holding their hand through the process of going to the gym, whatever. Okay? Number one, this process is not scalable because you're trading time for money, which is just a direct commoditized service. You are directly trading your time for money. And in order to scale this, what does that mean? You will have to trade more of your time for more of your money. It now becomes a job. If you're making $100 an hour or $50 an hour as a fitness coach working in person, there's so many $50 hours that you can do in order to cap at, let's say, $10,000 a month. Oh my God, I'm making so much money. Yeah, but look at how much time you're putting into this. Okay. So the solution to this is hire contractors to fulfill times or switch to a membership base. Okay. And both of these are broken models. Okay. Because number one, you hire contractors to fulfill times. What does that do to your margins? Now you're going to pay a contractor. I know so many gym owners who pay their contractors more than they actually pay themselves. Okay. A lot of overhead, a lot of money spent on trainers. They're making more than you. Number two, you try to switch to a membership base. A lot of capital, a lot of overhead. You got to pay for equipment. Okay. You got to pay for rent. There's so many other admin fees. Okay. If it's a membership base, what are they doing? There's obviously going to be equipment involved. Who's going to pay for that equipment? Are you going to rent that equipment? A lot of overhead. Okay. A lot of these gyms will have, let's say they'll be making 10 to 15K a month in revenue, a micro gym, for example, and they'll be spending $10,000 a month on strictly overhead minus trainers. They're only making, let's say, $2,000 to $5,000 a month for themselves. That's a broken model. Okay. So the only path here is to stay small to make your clients happy. Okay. Because you can stay at 10 to 15K per month and put all your hours in, but you're not going to be able to get past that because it's a commoditized broken model. Okay. Or number two, you can either, so you can sell in-person coaching. This is what most people do, or they will sell some do-it-yourself coaching model. Okay. Or pretty much you'll see, they'll try to sell them secrets, information to reach goals or their desired outcome in an online program. Okay. And this is where you see kind of like what I was talking about before in terms of like right here, meal plan, workout plan. Okay. So what they're doing, these people, is they're giving them information. Why is this broken? So number one, high churn rate. Okay. You need a lot of input needed to keep these people. Let's say you're selling $200 a month, okay, with a 20% churn on average. Think about you putting water into a bucket and that bucket is just leaking water. Okay. Instead of you trying to fix the gaps of that water and patch up that bucket,
Most people are just putting more water in the top. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Number two, low value. Okay. Because you're solving a portion of the problem, you're not solving 100% of the gap. It is a low value solution. Like I was talking about Alex Hormozi's pretty much value equation. This is a low value solution. You're solving a one-dimensional problem. Okay. That also attributes to churn. Okay. You need an audience to sell this. You're not competing without a large amount of ethos and status. Think about how many other people who are in this same space with a massive audience. Question for you. Do you think pharmaceutical brands have influencers who, like, for example, if you look at gastric bypass surgery, how are they making all this money without an influencer with $1 million a month? People think, oh, I need this massive audience. I need this massive audience. Okay. If you want to do this model, for sure, you need a massive audience. But again, it's commoditized. You're relying on an audience. Next, massive competition. Everyone's now an influencer. You want to do this model? Amazing. Go become an influencer. Scale your audience to 1 million followers, 100,000 followers. Spend 5 years getting there. Okay. And then realize you're in a commodity trap. Okay. So you can do this. Massive competition. Everyone's selling a program. Everyone's selling a supplement code. You can go and do that. Low implementation. Because it's low value, because it's a low price solution, clients are not going to fully implement this solution. If someone's buying a $200 meal plan or a $200 a month service from you, they are not taking that seriously. Okay. Their level of financial investment is correlated to their emotional investment, which actually dictates their churn or attrition. Okay. Clients are not going to take this 100% serious due to the lack of price and lack of specialty. Okay. And then last but not least, many clients are actually needed to make any serious profits. Okay. So with this model, do it yourself, you're selling a low ticket, complexity really kicks in at this point, because if you're selling a $200 fitness program 100 times a month to make $20,000 a month, that really isn't reasonable from either a sales or fulfillment standpoint. Okay. If you're starting out and you're a one-person show, or maybe you have yourself and one other person who's helping you, you're not going to handle 100 sales in 1 month. Okay. You are better off positioning yourself, which I'm going to go through, on a higher ticket level to the top of the market, which I'm obviously going to get into. Okay. So the only path here is to spend years trying to build an audience and getting clients to sell rather than realizing that 95% never actually get any real results. Long-term, what does that do when no clients actually get results? You see with these do-it-yourself coaching models or program sellers or even course sellers online, is it leads to business failure. Long-term, maybe 1-2 years, they make a little bit of money. You see these people, they just drop off. They're so popular, bye-bye, gone. Okay? So these people focus so much on sales that they actually forget to build something meaningful, step back, take an objective point of view, which I'm going to run through. Okay? So the old way has zero leverage. I call it the slavery flywheel, where you are focused on a commoditized offer for a low price. Okay? You're only solving one obstacle and doing it just like everyone else. Okay? Which leads to bad results. Okay? People are not taking it serious. Because of the low price, you now can't take that capital and invest it back in your business because you're not making that much revenue. Okay? And now you have a low retention rate and you're just in this flywheel going around and around. Okay? So the new model is focusing on leverage. So instead of working hard, as most people say, oh, you got to work hard, you got to be disciplined. But what truly matters, if you really want to scale, is not how hard you're working. It is what you are working on. Let me repeat that. It's not how hard you're working. It is what you are working on. Farmers work hard. So many people work hard in their 9-to-5 jobs. Does that mean that they're going to suddenly make an extra 10K next month? No, of course not. Okay. So what matters is the amount of leverage within the system that you're working on. Okay. So for the same amount of effort or less, you can achieve a much larger outcome. Archimedes, I don't know. I think it's Archimedes. He said, give me a lever long enough and I can lift the world. I believe that's what he said. Okay. And what he's saying is, it's not how hard you work, or these people who are posting all day trying to push. Oh my God, I just got to build. Oh my God. I gotta get more followers. I gotta get a little more sales on my $200 a month or $200 little transformation thing. No, it's not going to do anything. Okay. So you have to focus on gaining leverage so that, yes, you can work hard, but you can work on actually the right things to get leverage. Okay. So the new model is a max leverage model, which if you implement will change your life. Okay. So what you are doing is you are selling high ticket, asset based, custom accountability to the top of the market with the transformation and the promise of changing this person's life. Okay. So, like I said before, instead of pushing a commoditized offer with a low price, bad results, low leverage, you're a traditional coach. Okay. You are now becoming a leveraged coach where you are selling a non commoditized service for high ticket. What does that do? Okay. You're solving literally every obstacle in the client's brain, not just a one dimensional service, charging high ticket for that. What does that do when it's high ticket? High emotional investment. They're going to take it seriously. That's going to lead to more results. And then you're in this flywheel of high retention, high results, high price. Everything is working out good. Because at the end of the day, when I talk about client results, a large part, especially in this space, in the health and fitness space, the quality of your client dictates the quality of your service. Let me repeat that. The quality of your client dictates the quality of your service. Okay? So if you have a low emotional investment with a one-dimensional service, people are not going to take it serious, and it doesn't matter how cool or nice you think your process is, it's not really going to turn out. Okay? So the general idea is to shift from programming, hey, I'm going to sell you a program, and judgment, or one-on-one, or hey, in person, trade my time for money, to asset-based coaching, sell it for high ticket to the top of the market. Okay? So if you actually draw kind of pretty much a graph of the total adjustable market, which is the size of a market, okay, in comparison to how much you charge, there's going to be less people at the top of this kind of graph. In a sense, it's a triangle. So the closer you get to selling higher ticket, the less people are going to be able to afford it, and you're targeting less rich people rather than everyone who can afford a $200 a month or $200 program. Okay. Same thing when you go buy a Lamborghini. Why does everyone not have a Lamborghini? It's because not everyone can afford a Lamborghini. Okay. What does that have to do with? Price. Okay. So instead of before, you're selling a one-dimensional service. Now you are becoming a multi-complex, multi-valued service. So now you are shifting. Your offer has to be a multi-valued service where you are solving every single problem that the client could potentially face over the course of however long your process is. Okay, with a specific end date. Specific end date. If you were charging, hypothetically, $200 a month, just cancel when you want, blah, blah, blah. They're already thinking in their mind, okay, I'm going to do this for a month, 2 months, and then maybe I'll cancel. They're already thinking in their mind. If you're not setting an end date, they are going to set an end date. Okay, so make your program however many months you want to make it. I would recommend 5 to 6 months, okay, in order to actually change someone's life. And you're going to solve every single problem. So what does that look like? Is there an onboarding that gets specific client starting point and specifics? Are you educating the client what they're doing? Is there any sort of accountability? What does that accountability look like? How are you presenting that accountability? Okay, custom meal plan and diet plan based on their starting point. Okay, workout plan in accordance with the client. Scenario avoidance protocols. Okay, so what I mean by that is, like, let's say a client likes to go out and drink all the time. Are they just screwed now? Or are there scenario avoidance protocols? Okay, is there a back-end community? Okay, is there still a hands-on element where people can see and talk to other people even though it's online? Okay, are there tracking back-end systems? Okay, so I personally applied this model to fitness coaching and scaled to well over 20K per month in a competitive market, selling near the same solution for well over 6K per package upfront. Okay, so before, what I was doing is I was pushing for smaller sales to the bottom of the market. Let's focus on selling, and I was making around roughly $5,000 to $7,000 a month. I wasn't doing horrible, but I wasn't making that much money. This is a photo of my back end. Okay, I was focused on these low ticket sales with not a lot of value, trying to just take a little bit of money from some people, take a little bit of money from a lot of people, and it wasn't really turning out that good. Okay, until I switched to this high level, focused on the top of the market, charging a high ticket, uncommoditized service with the promise of changing these clients' life. I was able to scale to around consistent 10 to 15K weeks, 49K month. And pretty much right now I get around 6K PIFs kind of only. Okay. So now that I've made the shift, I'm now able to charge a lot more. Okay. I'm now able to get higher investment clients, and I'm now actually able to change these clients' life. Okay. This is pretty much what I did. So, general steps. If you're watching this and you're wanting to start something like this, understand that there are massive fish already dominating this space, like these pharmaceutical companies, like these massive health conglomerates. Okay. You will not win by creating a commoditized, low value solution, period. Okay. In order to compete with these high value providers, you also have to beat them on value. You cannot just sell your way. You cannot just make a lot of content. You cannot just make your audience, oh, I have 1 million followers or I have 100,000 followers. Buy my. No. Long term, you will get crushed and you will be still in this commodity trap. In order to win, you have to create a full scale max value solution that solves every solution in the customer's perceived journey. Every possible problem, you have to provide a solution to that, to literally guarantee that someone gets from fat and overweight or whatever starting point they are to their desired outcome. Okay. Number 2, high pricing, high emotional investment equals better client results. Okay. And number 3, leveraged acquisition. So I have several other videos that I talk about acquisition, how to actually get clients on a leveraged scale. But once you build out your full scale solution, like offer, pricing, uncommoditized offer with value in mind, you then have to acquire clients also in a leveraged way, because you can't be posting forever. Look at pharmaceutical brands. Are they posting online? Hey, no. They've set it up in a different way with value in mind, with other things in mind. Okay. So all in all, you've hopefully learned something today. Okay. But you haven't taken any action. Okay. So all in all, growth is learning multiplied by action. Okay. And if you apply and take action on the learnings that you have made today, you will achieve growth. Okay. I'm going to leave that with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more information regarding leveraged acquisition channels on how you could potentially start this, I just made a 5-hour masterclass. It's like 5 hours and 15 minutes going through everything you need to scale this online. Okay. Because there's so many models out there. There's, oh, I'm going to start a drop shipping store. Oh, I'm going to go trade online, or oh, I'm going to do this. That sure maybe can make you a little bit of money. Okay. But a lot of these are kind of set up as like kind of a get rich quick, as kind of like a, oh, side hustle. Okay. This is a legitimate business that you can potentially start with this gap in mind. Right now, more people are experiencing more obesity. There's going to be even more of a demand in the future. And if you can apply these learnings that you went through with me today and take action on these, you will achieve growth over time slowly. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.